Hi, I'm Boston Miles.
And I'm Dylan Hauser.
And you're watching HighPerformanceMen.com.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. How was your scene today?
It's fantastic.
It's amazing.
I shouldn't even call it a scene because it's kind of like a little bit more like I just kind of stood there and let you guys go down. So, curious minds want to know. Tell everybody, I guess I should introduce everybody
Okay.
to you guys. Boston Miles.
Hi.
And then Dylan
Hauser.
Hauser. And both of you are absolutely amazing young guys. How old are you guys?
I'm 28.
And I am 35.
Fantastic. And how'd you guys meet?
Through mutual friends.
Yeah, it's actually definitely through two girlfriends that we had. My girlfriend was friends with his girlfriend, who's his best friend, and funny story actually, I was not interested in meeting him. I had something to do that evening, and my friend just said, come up, meet us, and I was like, I'm really tired, and they were going from one restaurant to a bar, and I just figured I'd be sly and say, okay, it's a 2-minute drive between the two places. I said, I'll drive you guys the distance between the two, I'll drive you to the other bar, and that way I can put my time in. As soon as he walks, like, he's about to get in the car, and I was like, oh. And I whispered to my friend, I was like, I'll be back in 45 minutes. So I came back, and we spent the entire evening together, and he was very charming, of course, and I just couldn't think of anything else. And he walked me out to the car, he kissed me goodbye, and asked me if I was doing anything the next day. Now, I did have a date the next day with some other guy, which I instantly said, no, I'm not doing anything.
That's so awesome.
And we spent every weekend
after that, yeah.
Since, and then now we've been together ever since. So yeah,
That's very cool. So connection. Obviously, there's a real strong connection between the two
Yes.
of you. Both, it seems to be spiritually and physically.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the outward for a moment. What do you both find? Like, what's the one thing on each other that really turns you on?
Oh,
God, one thing.
yeah, that's
Or
kind
you
of
could say
hard.
more than one if you want.
It's just, for me, it's like, of course, how he looks, because, he looks amazing. But it's for how he makes me laugh. And when he holds me, when he holds my hand in public, when he gives me a kiss, he tucks me in at night. When we're just sitting on the couch watching TV and we're cuddled up together. It's so hard to just even have like a small group of things that turn me on so much about him, because it's just everything for me. He really does fulfill every single need of mine.
That's awesome.
Blushing. There's just a moment where it's instantaneous sometimes. Some people get it over time. And as soon as I looked in his eyes and just the way he looked at me, and it was as if I had no apprehension about letting every bit of my guard down. And I always wanted just one person that who's my best friend, who I can share every little thing with, who knows my dirty secrets, who knows my innermost fears and everything that I hold sacred for myself, that I sometimes have, as defense mechanism, have protected myself with. And it is so nice to share that with somebody. And he just makes me happy. I can be stupidly silly around him. I can be, I know no matter what I do, he's not going to judge me, or he's not going to think differently. And that's a really comforting feeling to have. That is such, like, it's like satiates your soul. It just completes you. And it's electric when he touches me. So,
That's awesome.
and if we just give one little time, like, when he, there's one thing that he says, like when he's getting off, he's like, I'm fixing to come. He says, like, sometimes that's the really hot thing to me. So I was like, ugh, I hear that every time, but
That's the southern in you coming out.
Yeah.
You're fixing to.
Yeah.
That's
I find it extremely charming.
Yeah.
Massively, actually.
That's so awesome. So what do you guys like to do for fun, like in your spare time? What do you
Just sit on the couch and watch TV.
I know, it's like we became like an old lesbian couple all of a sudden. It was just like we have a tendency to I guess, withdraw a lot because we're so
Yeah.
into each other that our friends are just like, you guys need to get out. You guys need to, and so, but that's happening to me. Like going to IKEA together. No.
Yeah. IKEA, Home Depot.
Like I said, we're like a
Best
couple.
Buy.
We're like a lesbian couple. But
Very domestic. That's
yeah,
what
I mean,
Yeah.
I like that. You know, my background's in theater and dance, so I like that he gets to experience those things with me, and that maybe I'm revisiting things for the first time,
Right.
and or the second time, and he's seeing it the first time and seeing his face on like a kid. He's just like,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So let's talk about porn for a little bit because you're both in the business. And
Yes.
been in the business for a little while. How do you guys like being and doing? I mean, what attracted you to do porn and be in this industry?
I don't know. It gives you the opportunity to travel and to meet different people, models, directors, and if you wanted to possibly get out of porn, they might know some connections that could help you elsewhere. And it's really about who you know and who you can meet that could help you in life.
yeah, and it's interesting. It's like, you know, it's like it's a really tight knit community. Like everybody here is really tight knit. So it's interesting that you can go someplace and you can go even to London, or you can go to San Francisco. Even though we live in Atlanta, you go to San Francisco and you just instantly, you know, the other person you either met through the business or you've met through just a mutual industry organization or some type of affiliate, some type of event that's going on, and it's like you instantly have a bond and this really kind of a brotherhood that's really nice.
Right.
And it's fun. I mean, you do travel, it's an extreme kind of crazy, like lavish life that you know, I'm very fortunate that we get to be a part of.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then, so sexually speaking, what's like the one thing that just drives you freaking crazy? Like gets you off, like no matter what. But besides him saying fix it to.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So he pre-comes like a lippy, like it's like leaky. He's leaking all the time, and he just comes a lot, and that's really fucking hot to me. So anytime it's in my mouth, on my body, anything like that gets me off completely. Like if ever I needed to get off, he would either just come in my mouth, come on my face, like, ugh, it drives me crazy.
And eating my ass.
And eating his ass. There's a lot of
Yeah.
and eating his and eating his ass too. But
That's good. That's good.
For me, it's just, I love it when I'm on my back and he's just topping me, and it's just seeing everything in his eyes, his face,
You know, because
It just-
during the filming of the scene that we shot, the one thing that stood out to me as the cameraman, and I don't even call myself the director on this because I allow you guys to kind of do what you do. But the one thing that really stood out to me was that connection that the two of you had throughout the whole entire scene, that the eye contact that you had. You guys rarely stopped looking at each other. And to me, that was a huge,
I can't take my eyes off of him.
yeah,
so-
I can't take my eyes off.
I think that was pretty
I can't do it.
pretty evident. And it came through, definitely. The passion came through, which I think is pretty damn hot. And that's why you guys are sitting here,
Yes,
High Performance
yes.
Men. So when you hear that word, high performance man, now that you are one,
Oh.
what does that mean to you? What is being a high performance man?
Well, I think that. Okay, so being a high performance man, I think, there's a difference between getting off and having sex, and I mean, even one and the same, they can be one and the same, but something about the entire process of start to like this, the seduction, the teasing, the flirtation, everything, everything that's involved that is sexual, that is just so high, and it's like you said, high performance, it's high energy. It's the voltage is there between the two of you, and it's like I said, electric. And to be a part of something like that is what I think would classify as a high performance man. There's something that's from start to finish, if you want to give it that definition. But the act of sex and the sexual experience from start to finish, that's probably what I would classify.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to completely agree. It's just, with a high performance man, you have the energy, you have the drive. Everything is in sync for you at that moment. Adrenaline is high, just passion, the electric feeling that you feel between you and the other person. it's nothing that you can really replicate anywhere else.
Very well said.
You heard it here.
Heard it here first. Definitely. Well, you guys, I can't thank you enough for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And anything else you want to say to all the fans out there watching?
Just keep coming back.
Yep. Stay tuned.
Yep.
Ask for more of us.
Yeah.
See
All
you
right.
later.
You guys have a great day. Peace out.